We are back, ladies and gentlemen. It's me and Snoopy with another CTL replay cast. This week we got Sonic Aftermath versus JaMiT Gaming. So normally you only have to wait 1 week before hearing the melodious sound of Snoopy's voice and the grating sound of my voice, but you had to wait 2 weeks this week. But luckily we got Nemesis and Landfear stepped in, casted last week. So we got a little bit of a change up there. But we're back, and it's good to be back, guys.
Yeah, for sure. We are here for week 6 of CTL against JaMiT. We're coming down to the home stretch here.
Yeah, this is we're in our 7th week against Pig Pan, Taste the Bacon, and this is going to be a good playoffs. I think we're coming into this playoffs in a really good spot, much better than last season's for sure.
I agree.
We got a shot, guys. It's gonna happen.
Fingers crossed.
Just real quick before we get started with chat, Sippy Cup is in the chat. Whoa, all the way from Germany. It's late there. It's about like what, 2 o'clock? Wow, that's
Yeah.
dedication. And Ed is asking, yes, this is last week's. We do the past week's week after. So, okay. And Xenodactyl's here too. Okay. So, right off the bat, the first set was a forfeit in favor of PsiX. Zarek got a forfeit right off the bat. And we're going to go into set 2, which is Wizard versus Blitzed.
Sweet.
Wizard was actually a sub-in. Callan was going to play in this one, but couldn't make it. Wizard stepped up. And, Wizard is going to be... He's been on the team for a bit, but man, when I looked on Rank 4 to the Win earlier this season, saw how many games he had played, was insane. I think it was like 100 or something. So he's been very active recently, and I think Wizard's going to be a great addition to the lineup.
Yeah, this is his first week in the CTL, so haven't really seen him play. Don't know really much about his play style, but I guess we shall see pretty soon here.
Alrighty. Map number 1 is Blue Shift, and in the bottom corner, we have the Red Protoss, Blitzed.
And at the top right, we have our Blue Zerg player representing Psionic Aftermath. It is Wizard.
Now, it's interesting with JaMiT, they kind of have a trend going in the last 2 seasons. The season before that, they weren't really good, but they start out really strong, usually not dropping a week for like the first 3 weeks, and then they collapse a little bit. They kind of fall apart, and we caught them at the falling apart stage a little bit in terms of organization. So, yeah, without giving too much away, this is going to be a... Oh, wow, how do I just gave it away.
Basically, we catching them in their vulnerable state.
Exactly, that's it. Great save. So Blitz, right off the bat, gets a hatchery block with a pylon. Old school. It's nice. It's great.
And yeah, it looks like he's gonna actually take the other hatchery there. And is it just me, or was that drone making a different sound than it normally would? It's making some drone sound, I think I hear from my end.
Yeah, I don't know, honestly.
That was weird. But anyhow, Wizard going for a faster pull in response to this, which forces Blitz to actually make a second gateway. Now this map, the natural, you actually have need to wall it off with a few more buildings than normal, like compared to other maps, like Cerulean Falls or Dreamcatcher. You gotta, there's a fairly big wall compared to other maps.
Yeah, you're right. Is that a 2 hex there you need, or will one unit fit in there?
I think one unit will fit in there. Maybe a
Okay.
stalker. Yeah, stalker should definitely for sure.
Yeah, so that pylon's still up, and it's not going to delay the third hatchery very much, because it's going to be maybe 250 by the time that goes down. If Wizard decides to throw down his hatchery right away. But it does force the third with a few more drones to be a bit more vulnerable. So maybe Blitz here goes for some 2-base play and tries to pressure that third.
Yeah, and here are the 2 Pressure Depth shading in. There's not much for Wizard here, so there might actually be a bit of drone kills here. Let's see how much drones he gets. First one, second one. Oh, no focus fire by Blitz, so this might be a bit of a mistake. Okay, finally he does.
Yeah, if that was actually a big mistake there, attacking that queen. He could have gotten another 5-6 drones if he targeted drones at least. So that's a missed call by Blitz. And the Lings are super late from Wizard, but he's actually going to catch that second adept there and get him. But still, 4 drones total went down, so it's actually even. But that was a lost opportunity for Blitz, definitely.
Yeah, for sure. However, still at least some damage, economic damage. So I think Blitz should be okay with that. Wizard looks like he's just going ahead and just drone back up, getting the evolution chamber. Actually getting a banelings. I was actually wondering whether he was gonna baneling bust, but it looks like it's just gonna be defensive banelings for now.
Yeah, just getting his 3rd hatchery established, droning up. Getting his evos at his 3rd. Okay, interesting. That does mean that his natural is going to be a little bit vulnerable to an attack, because there's absolutely no wall. So I don't really like that evo placement there. And that's also at the 3rd, so if you're going to just abandon the wall and put it in the main, where it's defended, whereas now a attack from Blitz could definitely pick that off.
Yeah. Now, did he see that he expanded there? Actually, didn't really scout the 3rd base, but I think he can probably assume so, maybe.
Yeah, he probably can assume it, but doesn't know if it's there or at the 3 o'clock position. So, Blitzed here, I'm noticing he's behind in his probes. His probe cycles have not been great. And he's going for War Prism play here. So it looks like he's going to try to make some sort of a charge War Prism play attack work. But yeah. I think his macro is behind enough that Wizard will have enough banelings to shut this down.
Well, he definitely scouted the move out with the Overlord, so he knows this is coming. Morphing and banelings, they will be in time before the charge lot attacks. And banelings are really good against these charge lots, so he's going to have to be careful. It's going to come down to the engagement and the connections, and that was pretty good there.
Yeah, 2 adepts shading into the main, but again targeting that queen. That's a huge mistake from Blitz. And yeah, so Wizard just shuts that down, and Blitz is not in a great spot. He doesn't have any real tech here. He's just getting immortals now, and his Templar Archives, but he has like 4 gates. So Blitz play is pretty far from optimal here, and that's the thing with the 3-base Zerg that's macroing decently. He's going to be in some trouble here because there's a lot of banelings and lings, and baneling speed's about to come out soon.
All right, Warp Prism warping in some charge lot there at the 2nd base, technically, but lings are pulling back to help defend against this, and again targeting the queen. I think Blitz wants to change his name to Queenslayer or something.
Yeah, he's got something for queens. Actually gets the 2nd queen, so that's kind of nice. That means there's no queen over here with enough mana for transfuse. But this game is getting weird. It's getting sloppy. There's just zealots all over the place and lings. But Wizard has enough, and the charge lot count is not at a critical mass to do really anything. The War Prism's going into the main. There's a lone immortal. Oh no, this is rallied out there. That is a very forward immortal. And the weapons from Blitz, they're coming in small numbers. Oh no, the immortal is getting caught at the 3rd. Goes down. So Blitzed, that attack failed pretty hard, and being only on 2 bases, he's not in a great spot. Wizard, though, not defending too great.
Alright, then he finally cleans that up. A bit of a scary few minutes there for Wizard, but finally cleans it up, does stabilize, and can probably... Yeah, his Spire just about to be finished, so he can actually just go ahead and just make a bunch of meters. He has a lot of gas banked up. And 8 meters on the way on the production tab.
Yeah, so basically with Wizard playing against a player with Blitzed, and I know that Xeno and others who are helping Wizard prep for this, knows that really Blitz's strength is to hit a kind of a mid-game timing where he's strong, but after that, his macro will suffer, and the longer the game goes on, the better it is for Zerg. And now I like what Wizard has here. He has Overlords positioned all around Blitz's base, his potential thirds, and he knows exactly when Blitz is going to expand and when he can pounce. Smuta Switch is a nice play because there's so few probes that his economy is very fragile. The only thing he's got to watch out for is the Archons can absolutely wreck those mutas very quickly. Going in with a few Lings, baiting the army of Blitz up a bit. That's nice. And now these mutas are flying into the main that is completely undefended. He's warping in Stalkers, but these probes are fresh meat for these mutas. And the ones with the natural too. Are the Archons blocked? Are they too fat?
No, I think they can get through. This is bad response time by Blitz there. He was kind of just basically chilling at that point.
Loses the War Prism. Nicely done by Wizard. Just hunting down a few probes. Yeah, mutas are a great choice against a player whose multitasking is not very great. Gonna get a Artosis Pylon, get a couple of gates, but look at the supply. Wizard's up. He's up 63 workers to 28 of Blitz.
Yeah, and, I mean, Muta switches are like Protoss's worst nightmares, I feel like. just like Zerg's worst nightmare is like Hellions running in and killing all your drones. I feel like Protoss's worst nightmare is like a bunch of Muta just randomly coming to your base.
Yeah, well, it's like you tried to for most of the game get a army that's capable of dealing with the Zerg grounds. You try to death ball, but then what happens with the mutas is they come in, they're so much more mobile than your army is. You got to scramble, to get Archons in the mineral lines, cannons, enough Stalkers to defend. So they really separate the men from the boys of Protosses. Can you multitask against the mutas that are coming in? Pulling your probes fast enough. So if you think your opponent can't deal with that, Muta switches are great. Although mutas they're not a great unit. They're really a timing-based unit from my understanding. They're not like overall Archon Stalkers will shred mutas. And you can't really engage the main army, but there's a window of time where you don't even need to engage, you just need to harass.
Yeah, looks like Wizard's actually transitioning into Ling Hydra Baneling instead of, he's not going all in with the mutas, so that's really nice of him because Blitz has a really good composition towards the mutas. But these mutas gonna look for more damage here, going into the main base. Gonna snipe some more probes here.
Nicely done. Dodging the Archons a little bit. Ooh, there we go. No cannons in the middle line for Blitz. That's a big mistake. Wizard is on 3 bases, doing well. Up to 70 drones. Although, okay. So Wizard is banking quite heavily here, up to 3.5k minerals. So I missed it. Maybe the gases were late on the 3rd. It's possible.
I think he's just using a lot of APM with the Muta harass, so he's kind of, neglecting his macro at this point.
Yeah. So Blitz is coming into the 3rd. This is his last push here. Some nice storms on the Mutalisks, but the Hydras are here. Although Wizard really needs to start producing because he should have 3 times more than this at this point. I'm still going to clean this up with the Mutalisk Hydra. Lost his 4th though, but just immediately re-expanding. That's nice. So yeah, just go back to the point with the banking real quick. I did notice the third gases, I believe, were a bit late with how much was mined. But also, when you have that many minerals, you should be spending your larva into some lings and trying to go for counterattacks. Now, you're right, the APM of the Mutalisk was taxing him. But if Wizard can combine the Mutalisk Grasp with trying to produce a bit more, then it's going to be even more effective. Because if you aren't on top of that, then Mutalisks are weak, you can end up losing. And I think if Blitzed was his macro was a little bit better, then that push to the third could have been really scary.
Yeah, for sure. Now, I think Wizard's still in a really good position. He's got 137 supply to 71, but I feel like he can do a bit better in terms of map vision. One of the good traits about this map is that there's actually two watchtowers on the sides, as well as, you know, as a Zerg, you want to start spreading that creep just to get vision. So that's something that I think Wizard for the next time in the future can possibly work on. Just get better map vision.
It's a great point. His map vision was good for a little bit with the Overlord spread, but then after that, there was no real creep spread follow-up. So that's huge. Getting that creep spread out. And Blue Shift is one of those maps where you can get the lanes of creep, and creep spread is really good, and there's not a ton of distance to your Protoss expansions. Now Wizard is going with lurkers here, and there's no observer here. Oh, he actually targeted one of his own lurkers. Oh no!
Wow, you don't see that every day. It's killing their own lurker. What a traitor! What a traitor!
Yeah, that's a bummer, because that army of Blitz was so clumped, and a couple good lurker spines would have been absolutely disgustingly good for Wizard.
These must be two Protoss spies. Oh, they're gonna turn on the Protoss and work again for the Zerg. And looks like
in range of the cannon there, and Wizard needs to use the storms. Blitz does.
Oh, the storm doesn't get off in time. The High Templars with the energy got sniped off, and this dirt base is going down for sure. GG.
Yeah, GG, well played. Well, nicely done, Wizard. I think two takeaways there, which we both mentioned, is spending and map vision are the two things that will help you win more convincingly and in more scenarios.
Yeah, but still good game, especially as, you know, the first CTL game for him. So nicely
Absolutely.
done.
Landfear in the chat saying, just hi guys, go us, go us indeed, Landfear. Okay.
The Sippy Cup saying, Xeno, I am staying up specifically for you, just so you know. So,
oh, what a guy. Okay, we're gonna hop right into game number 4. So set number 3 was a walkover in favor of us. That was Cosmic Hero.
You know, I feel like this season we've been getting more walkovers compared to like other seasons for some reason.
You know, that is checkable by somebody. Sipier, it's possible. I'm trying to remember. I think the very first season I was involved was a just walkover fest, because there was a lot of teams that weren't involved, and we were having trouble getting everyone coordinated. But I think definitely more than last season. You're right about that, where we've been getting walkovers. Haven't given out walkovers yet, I believe.
Yeah, that's great.
That's important. Giving out free wins, it's just hurts so much.
I know, right?
Especially because in this group we are in, most likely who gets in the playoffs and who does not will be decided by map score and not the set wins, or series wins rather, because there are so many teams that are tied for the set series wins, and that will come down to how many maps you won.
All right, got a little bit of a skirmish here at the front, but before we do that, let's go ahead and introduce our players here.
In the bottom corner of Acid Plant Ladder Edition, it is the Blue Terran Koala Bot.
And spawning at the top left, we have our purple Protoss player. For Psionic Aftermath, it is John Goodman.
Ooh, John Goodman pops in the chat.
Oh wow, just came in time. I don't want to watch this one. We want to.
Yeah. Well, right away. Okay, so we got a factory first from Koala. Sorry, not factory first. Factory after Rax. And Stalker coming out for John.
You know, I this Zella coming across the map for John Goodman. I feel like I should incorporate this opening into my PvT build because this first initial Zella can actually do a lot of damage. If Koalabot actually expanded, he could have denied or delayed the expansion with the Zella and also make the Terran flustered and kind of scramble. So,
Oh yeah, I do that all the time on both StarCrafts. So, because a lot of Terran players aren't watching their Marines in the very first second, you can get a few kills. Okay, John Goodman, although there's going to be no avenue to get anything done, so just going to pull back and only losing a little bit of health. Oh no! Qualibot actually lifted a CC accidentally. Gets it back down quickly enough, though.
I think a lot of Terran players have done that before.
Yeah, I think he was lifting his starport and couldn't make it happen. So we've got Cloaked Banshee build from Koala.
Yeah.
Is John prepared? He's got an OBS on the way and Stalker being produced. So maybe he'll be ready in time. We'll see.
Oh, actually, he does make a shield battery in his mineral line, so I think did he scout this? Yeah, he did scout the starport with the tech lab, so nice response there, getting the shield battery into the mineral line because Banshee can actually kill probes with the shield battery. I mean, until it runs out of energy, but it buys you enough time to warp in the Stalker to defend.
Ooh, loses out there, unfortunately. And there's a tank coming out as well, so this is going to be kind of a double-pronged attack. Maybe he's going to wait for 2 tanks and then go in with the Banshee. Now, that probe did see the Banshee leave, I believe. So, John Goodman looks to be pretty well prepared. He's building a disruptor. Ugh, I don't like that.
You know, that disruptor actually might be a good thing later on because Koalabot isn't expanding, so he's doing a really big push. So getting that fast disruptor can actually help you defend and kill a bunch of his army and actually maybe potentially stop that big attack coming. But bad micro there by Koalabot losing the Banshee to 2 Stalkers.
Yeah, that's huge. Man, this game is actually going pretty well for John. You know, sniping that, getting his natural established, and he's in a decent position here.
Yeah, I mean, like, losing the Banshee is like it's a huge deal because first you can't do the double prong attack that you were talking about earlier, and also if you get 2 Banshees, you can actually one snipe probes. Actually, it's kind of like Orko. Orko, you can't really kill much probe with a shield battery. You may get like 1 or 2, but with 2 Oracles, you can actually one snipe the probe, so the shield battery is rendered useless at that point. But now looks like Koalabot is down to only 1 Banshees, unfortunately. And yeah, it looks like he's about to prepare for attack.
He can still be go with the Banshee into the main, and the second one is here, so he will be able to do that. And here's the thing, with the disruptors, this micro is huge. He's got to get those shots off, or else I don't think he has a chance. Just because the tanks will siege up and get in a good position.
Oh no, this first disruptor though is going to get killed off.
Oh, no. So these disruptors, it's high risk reward. Here we go. Oh no, they're out of position from the bio. No, John. No, John. Oh, and the disruptor shot. See, yeah, disruptors are so hard to make work. You got to be in the perfect position. With Tank Marine, it's so hard.
Oh no. Unfortunately,
Whereas
I think it's just unfortunate for John Goodman because he didn't actually see the move out. So that was probably the biggest thing, not seeing the move out.
yeah, you're right. If he was able to move his disruptors in the middle of the map and try to get shots off while the bio was coming forward, then it could have been a huge win for John. And maybe I'm wrong, but it just seems like if he had 2 Immortals there, he might have been able to get a bit more done, pick off a few more tanks. Especially if he's going to go no map vision and just get some Immortals, it's going to be better default. Like, he would have had like 4 Immortals at this point.
This is really unfortunate for John Goodman because he was kind of in a really good state. I mean, he defended the Banshee really well. He had the expansion a lot quicker. Actually, Koala Bot did not get the expansion until way later. And so he was setting up to be in a really good position macro-wise, economy-wise, and just that one blunder turns this whole game around.
Yeah, disruptors are hard to use, for sure. John warped some of his army to his 3rd. Maybe he's going to try for a backstab here.
Jedi Zella says he should have warped his army back to the natural. Yeah, I think he could have recalled his army back to the natural. He had the shield batteries there. He could have actually go forward with the disruptor and take some tank damage and still save it because of the shield batteries. So that could have been the option.
Yeah, possibly. I think the problem there is if the disruptors are really back in the net, then it allows Koala to siege up in the choke there, and then he can kind of bait the shots out. And then once the shots are gone, he can go forward with his tanks and inch forward. I think with disruptors there, catching him in the open field, so being a bit more aggressive with his army was his best bet. I thought he had an observer in Koala's base. But maybe it got picked off. I don't know.
Yeah, I actually didn't catch the observer.
All right, so good try, John. Was close. And well played, Koala. So, and yeah, Snap pointing out, just thinking that John's macro was quite nice. His workers were on point. His probes had a nice production cycles as well. So nicely done. Otherwise, okay. Moving on to set number 5, we've got Xenodactyl, the long-awaited matchup. People have been waiting. In it, yeah. This is like in a comedic lineup. This is like the big hitter here. The other guy's open for him. Here he is. Xenodactyl versus Ray. And now we know Ray to be have a bit of a reputation for cheese. So Xenodactyl is among friends in this matchup.
All right.
Alrighty.
Score is what? 3-1?
Yes, you're right.
All right.
3-1. Okay, in the top corner of Cerulean Falls, it is the yellow Protoss Xenodactyl.
And spawning at the bottom left, we have our pink Protoss. For some reason in a different clan, I guess he's mercenary or something. He is Ray.
He is a really, really old school Chobo Team League player from, there was a team called Team 6, was the 6th team to be made, and they call themselves that. And the tag is a very old one. It's not a functional clan, but it's like a sub clan. It's a little bit confusing, but he is a part of JaMiT.
We have the go-to build here for Xenodactyl.
And Cerulean Falls is a really good map for cannons, no?
Not really. I don't think so. I think there's better maps for it, but it looks like Ray has pretty much scouted this really off the bat because he's going for a defensive forge rather quickly, so he knows what's up. Oh, both players throwing down their cannon at the same time. It'll be interesting to see who finishes first, but I think the Zealot will snipe away at that cannon, so I think he should be safe.
Yeah, there's actually one of those probes. So a total of 5 probes. They're just sitting around for Ray. Actually 6. And oh, okay, Xenodactyl didn't get the wall off. So that will go down, and he will lose the probe.
Oh no. Not looking too good so far for Xeno here.
Xenodactyl, is he going to try again?
Well, if you don't succeed, try again, I guess. That's his mantra. Because he's throwing down a few more cannons at the outside base. I guess he's just going to contain him. Just like probably make some proxy Stargate or Robo.
Yeah, I guess he can still contain the natural here, so why not? There's no really other option here. You can't just bail and try to macro.
Yeah, and this Zealot is gonna be surprised. He's like going down. He's like, nope, I'm not going there.
Man, 2 cannons. The DPS is so strong.
Yeah. Oh, we actually have a sneaky little proxy pylon for Ray out in the map, so he can make some counter offense later on if he wanted to. Maybe warp in some units, use that as a rally warping point. But so far, Ray is just making a bit more cannons. Interestingly enough, he's making a dirt cannon for absolutely no reason. I don't think.
Yeah, this is suspect. You don't need to be spending that much on cannons. I would love a Stargate. Oh, there it is. Man. Just thinking Stargate would be absolutely amazing here. Now Xenodactyl. This is high level cannon play. He's getting some defensive cannons at home. I mean, Stargate is the probably likely follow up here, so
yeah,
but here's the thing. I believe the Oracle can still hit the geyser probes.
Yeah, with some good micro, you can actually snipe the probe still. Probably better to make a shield battery instead, maybe. But then later on, if he makes more than one Oracle, then you probably start need to making a bit more cannons or get some stalkers to defend as well. But it looks like he's going for pretty much an all in here because he's making a gateway at the Stargate as well.
He's got a pylon going up in the natural too. And okay, it's Void Rays.
Yeah. Oh, actually, Xeno's gonna scout this proxy Stargate, and he does. And he sees the Void Ray here.
I don't know. Void Rays in this position don't seem. I mean, he's going all in with the gateway, but just makes one Oracle. He can get a ton of utility. Can probably get, 6 probes or so and more.
We'll see how much damage this Void Ray gets. Actually making some shield battery, so that's pretty nice. He's gonna be able to snipe away at the front. Xeno's gonna have to do some good damage on his end before Ray starts killing and ravaging his main.
And I guess all those cannons will prevent Xenodactyl from doing anything with his Void Ray. Looks like Ray is gonna almost get the Stalker. There's one cannon. So after a while, is he just gonna go for it? Oh, there's a shield battery there. That's not a good idea. He's gonna lose it.
Oh.
The micro.
Oh my god. Recalling.
Why is he? Makes no sense. Right?
Recalling in front of the cannon.
Oh.
Luckily for him, he got shield batteries on his main, so he can recharge that.
You know, I think right there, Ray could have been in a good spot if he just continued to produce Void Rays and then gone in, pulled the ones back with shield batteries. He could have definitely made that work. There's only like one cannon there from Xenodactyl and would have forced a ton more cannons. And remember, the Stalkers are way across the map, and a massive Void Rays are going to shred
Oh man,
Stalkers.
Ray making a few bit of mistake there. He was actually targeting fire one of the pylons, thinking that it was powering all the other buildings and the cannons, but he didn't. I guess he didn't realize that there was actually a pylon back there powering the 3 cannons and shield batteries. So he kind of sniped that pylon for no reason while those 3 cannons were sniping away at his units. Now with that miss micro, he's actually down to a few stalkers and only 1 void ray. Xeno making his 2nd void ray right now.
Yeah, he's getting Ray is getting an Oracle, which is very late here. There's a shield battery and a cannon in the main, so nothing going to be no damage available for that Oracle most likely. But I really feel like Ray kind of threw the game there. We'll see if he just losing his first Void Rays and a lot of his units, basically sacrificing them for nothing.
Oh, so Oracle finally being made by Ray, trying to poke away at those probes, but again, that shield battery helping to save those probes. Although at some point the shield battery does run out of energy.
He warps back 2 stalkers. Okay, the Oracle gets 5 probes somehow. Surprised that Xeno didn't pull those probes back.
Yeah.
Xenodactyl is making a Tempest. Okay, that's cool.
Oh wow. This is like how Xeno games goes. It's like one crazy thing after another.
The Tempest is a really cool unit. It makes me sad that we don't see it a ton in Legacy of the Void.
Yeah, but I think it's gonna change because after the patch, after BlizzCon and the new patch kicks in, then the Tempest is gonna be a lot more popular. It's gonna be a lot better, I feel.
Yeah. So Xenodactyl is pushing up here with the Skytoss fleet. For some reason, Ray is choosing not to fight with his cannons. And
oh my god, is that Artosis pylon there? Oh okay. Yeah, I think that's an Artosis pylon. Oh wait, no, actually no, he has one pylon at the top. Never mind.
yeah, Ray is not doubling up his defense so his stalkers and cannons can fight at the same time. And he just allowed Xenodactyl to take a serious lead. Although still there's no natural from Xenodactyl, which I don't like. Okay, he's just putting it down. Just seems a little bit late. The Tempests are here, so we'll see him inch forward, take some pot shots. He gets a cannon, pulls back.
Oh, Xeno gotta be careful. He doesn't have a lot of shield battery down on the south, so he definitely needs to be careful, or else he's gonna get his Void Ray and Tempest sniped out.
This is cool. Tempests, we need more Tempest action.
Xeno delivering for you.
Supply block though, Xeno. Okay, so this is the last push of Ray, and he's suiciding into cannons. Man. I just feel like Ray's not making the best calls with his attacks. And Xenodactyl, although it's still not that close in army, that's one of the thing here is that in supply, although it's a lot of stalkers, is that Xenodactyl, if he makes a critical error here, missteps with his Tempests, and the stalkers get on top of them, then there's not a ton left. Because his natural is only getting up now, although the micro is really good from Xenodactyl, pulling back with those Tempests.
Yeah, that was really nice micro there, sniping off that one last remaining warrior. Ah, we actually have a Tempest for Ray as well, so we're gonna have Tempest versus Tempest action, but Xeno with 3 Tempests compared to the 1 of Ray.
I remember this like early Legacy of the Void PvP Tempest on Tempest action. Maybe it was
Yeah.
this one. So, Xenodactyl just continues to get more and more cannons and shield batteries. Fortifying. You know, is there no probe out from... Okay, there's no probe out from Ray. I'm like, why doesn't Ray just expand somewhere?
Yeah, his probe got sniped, so he actually had no avenue of ninja expanding. So I guess he's just stuck in his base right here, and it's really tough position for Ray.
Yeah, the Tempest count, he's got 3 Tempests out. He's producing another one. And he's got a Void Ray and a couple Stalkers, so he can really just micro them infinitely with the shield batteries.
Yeah, he does have an expansion, so he can just basically contain him until, you know, he runs out of money.
Ooh, some shots on the Tempest there. Nicely done. Xenodactyl, the Tempest on Tempest shots are huge. They do so much damage. Gets the Cyber Core.
Oh, that's no more stalkers for Ray, which is the majority of his army here.
Ooh, gets a couple of those Tempest on Tempest shots.
And 4th Tempest out as well. And, oh man, almost killing that.
Yeah, Xenodactyl, he's got this game in the bag with his natural up. He's mining. And as long as he just doesn't make a huge mistake here with his Tempest, he should be fine.
Yeah, and throughout this whole thing, throughout this whole battle, you know, Xeno's actually snuck in the +1 air upgrade too, so his Tempest is actually even stronger than Ray. So basically Xeno has the quality and quantity both in terms of Tempest.
I think it's really funny that both players stayed on one base for so long and then went Tempest. It's just surprising to me that... I don't know. Well, Ray, I think he really could have made more of those Void Rays. But Xenodactyl, his micro is really good with these Tempests.
Yeah, so far so good, and he might actually get this last one, and he does. Snipes the last Tempest, and Xeno just needs to stay put. He doesn't need to overextend. He could just stay put and just, you know, make a Ray mind out. Although in his mind, he's not 100% sure there's a ninja expand out there because he hasn't scouted. So he's still got to be careful, I think, in his mind at least. But as the observer, as you know, we see everything. We see there's no ninja expand, so.
Still no Warp Gate from Xenodactyl yet. The 15-minute no Warp Gate Tempest build. PvP perfection. Yeah, Ray, he keeps losing his Tempest really fast.
Yeah, finally a GG. Ray knows it. He couldn't really get out of that contain, so that's pretty much it there. But well done by Xeno. After failing that cannon rush, not doing too much with the cannons, he transitioned pretty well.
Yeah, well played. Xenodactyl games are always fun to watch. Comes out with these creative strategies, and I mean, it must feel bad for Ray, because Ray, that's totally something he would do, you know. With he's not a cannon rusher, but he's more of the old school cheeser, proxy gates, stuff like that. So Ray getting a little taste of his own medicine there, and nice win from Xeno.
Yeah.
Okay, so set number 6 is going to be Terran Lord versus Matterhorn.
And by the way, that last game, you know, that was our fourth win, so that officially, you know, secures us the week.
Yep, and that will put us keep us in the playoff slots and likely get to 4 wins this week. We will be guaranteed the slot because we have a good enough map score. We up to about 10 now, plus 10. So, and we might be able to improve on that. That's really good. Even the previous seasons where we've won, our map score hasn't been great. So, really proud of everyone this season. We've been doing a great job. I've been doing as much as I can, but of course, it's all the guys helping out. It's a big group effort. Okay, so in the bottom corner of Fracture, it is the Yellow Zerg Matterhorn.
And in the top left, we have our orange Terran player. From Psionic Aftermath, it is Terran Lord.
Sippy Cup is correcting me, saying it's plus 11. Okay, here we go. So, Terran Lord he's pretty OP for this slot, to be honest. Which is a good thing because we need some of those players to who are just those consistent wins, you know. And Terran Lord has been that way. I think he dropped a one game, but wait, I don't know. Maybe I'm confusing him. But anyways, he's been really solid overall and playing well.
Yeah, he's definitely one of our best diamond players in the clan. I feel like he's got a lot of experience, so that is always nice to have him play for us.
Matterhorn with this early Roach Warren.
Yeah, and Terran Lord scouts this, so he knows what's up. And luckily for him, he actually didn't go for the fast CC. He went for the fast scout, scout it, and then now he can just go ahead and make the fast, make the defense necessary to defend against this. And I think if he can defend against this, then he should be good. Because Zerg is pretty much super committed. I mean, he went for 2 gas. He only has 14 drones compared to Terran Lord's 20, so he needs to do a lot of damage with these roaches, or Ravagers instead, because he's actually morphing these into Ravagers.
Yeah, he's getting 2 bunkers at the top of the ramp, and 2 racks are going to be out. I think Terran Lord will be just fine on defense. And also, Terran Lord getting an eBay in the natural. eBay, of course, is the fastest second per building construction time building in the game, so it builds the fastest, and will block the natural of Matterhorn quite a bit. Now we've got production out from Terran Lord and factory on the way.
Alright, these Ravagers have arrived, but Terran Lord getting the defense down. This is going to be a pretty scary moment for Terran Lord. He needs to keep his calm and just defend properly. Oh, loses that Reaper, which is not good. Every unit here counts, especially in this moment and in this situation.
Yeah, Terran Lord also lost a couple precious seconds on his Marine cycle. So, still hanging on, but it loses a couple SCVs here. But that bunker, man, it's so hard to fight uphill with Ravagers like this. And the micro with the SCVs looks like it's going to be good enough here to defend.
Yeah, I don't know.
On the way.
I don't know why Matterhorn is actually going up the ramp. He can actually corrosive bow like from the top onto the side and avoid the bunker fire, but a bit of a miss micro there and loses a few Ravagers there. And again, he doesn't have a second base. He finally clears up that engineering bay at the natural, but he's pretty much super committed here. He has no intentions to expand.
And the take is out, so this is going to pretty much put the nail in the coffin here for any sort of aggression from Matterhorn.
Yeah, pretty much.
And yeah, from this point, Terran Lord should win. As long as he plays cleanly, he's got his natural on the way, but he's ahead in workers, and he's got a superior army at this point in terms of tech. That eBay block was just really nice because that's delaying the natural even more. So That's huge. And it looks like we will have the naturals of both players coming up at about the same time in terms of, well, they're way the lift time. So a little bit later for Terran Lord, but that's a really good.
All right. For some reason, Matterhorn getting a really quick Spore Crawler there. I don't think Terran can get Banshees or Liberators at this point after that opening, but I guess he just wants to play it super safe in case that does happen. But yeah, Terran Lord's getting his stem. Got his second command center finish just now, getting some more tanks as well. He should be set up pretty nicely as long as he doesn't screw up anything. And in the meantime, looks like Matterhorn is going to go ahead and try and macro out of this, getting his third base, which is kind of greedy considering he, you know, the way he opened up.
Yeah, it is greedy, but it might be the only way that he can play here, unless he wants to just play 2 base and trade a bunch. But the starport out, so Terran Lord not going for Banshee Blade, going for Medevacs. I think that's smart because harassment is going to be really strong here. When the Roach army, it's not like Lings that are really mobile. You can get a decent amount of drone kills with this.
Yeah, and especially because of the map layout, drops in this map is actually pretty good because you can attack at third, and if the army attacks or defends there, you can just lift off and go straight into the main, which is just right next to it. So it's a really good map to go ahead and harass and drop.
Matterhorn going to lose one of his overlords in the base, trying to sneak a peek at the base. Didn't get much. So nice pick off from Terran Lord, his Marines. And there's a 3-tank bio push out from Terran Lord. Roach speed is going to be done in time, but it's really late. And no upgrades for Matterhorn. So I think this push, as long as Terran Lord positions his tank correctly and isn't too greedy, this is going to be a stomp for him. It's up 20 supply.
Yeah, this is going to be a really strong push by Terran Lord. Oh, and he segregates the Ravager from the third base, so this third base is going to get sniped down.
Nice tank position. When the Ravagers come up to snipe one, they get shot by the 3 others. And third down, now they're on base parity, and I think Terran Lord just going to win here. So nicely defended by Terran Lord, reacted perfectly to the Ravager push, and some extra plays from him that were really nice. The micro.
And also really nice timing by Terran Lord. He didn't allow the Terran to macro up and try to come back into the game. So, yeah.
Yeah, good point. He capitalized when he knew he was ahead and got a victory.
Well done there by Terran Lord. Alright, now we head into our master set, which is going to be a best of 3.
Yeah, and also 23. Nemesis is in the chat saying hello. What's up, Nemesis?
I like how you said 23 Nemesis.
I know. Yeah. It's been a long week, okay, Snoopy?
It's okay.
Alrighty. Pensai, let's start this game. Should we watch this game? Yeah, let's do it. Okay. Now, Pensai joined the team recently and has been killing it in the Masters set. So greatly done by him.
I think he's played like in every week, right? In the master set?
Well, not this season, but the last couple.
Okay.
Even because I remember Swarm then has.
Oh, right. I forgot about it. Yeah.
But he hasn't lost yet, so in the top corner of Lost and Found, it is the Green Zerg Pensai.
And at the bottom left, it is the blue Zerg player. It is Flexi.
Okay, so we've got a earlier pool out from slightly earlier pool from PsiX.
Also, really fast pool by Flexi. So both these players are going for an aggressive opening here. But again, PsiX has the gas compared to Flexi, who's not going for gas. Actually going for a hatch rate here.
So, ZVZ builds are not my forte, but I think PsiX with the faster speed, it's going to be a window of time where he can possibly deny that hatchery.
Yeah,
We'll see,
build order wise, it does favor Flexi because he's going for the earlier hatch, but he needs to defend it. He needs to wall off and maybe make some spine crawlers. If he can do that, then he can get ahead economically. But if PsiX catches him off guard, then then it doesn't matter if Flexi has the build order win. It comes down to the execution of it.
Ooh, something nice PsiX's doing is he moved his lings out of the path of Flexi's Overlord. So they're coming in here blind, and there is, I think he might have scouted the tail end of some of those. So there's 6 lings in the main, but a spine crawler is up. So here we go. PsiX starting to chip away at that hatchery. And speed is almost done. He wants to wait to engage before he has that. But there's a queen out from Flexi.
Yeah, but speed is about to be finished for PsiX, so Flexi can't really go out into the map, or else he's going to get caught off with these speed links. Oh no, he needs to go back to the ramp. Flexi needs to defend the ramp. It's okay if he can sacrifice the natural, but he needs to not let the links go into the base. And wow, PsiX going
first connection was great.
Yep, nice connection by PsiX. PsiX with another great connection.
Flexi moving down that spine crawler way too fast. Nice drone drill, but still losing a ton of drones there.
Yeah, and PsiX couldn't. Oh, you could get the snipe on the queen there as well.
Wow.
Okay, well done by PsiX. In fact, he actually during that time. Oh wow, he just GG's. Oh, I guess because Flexi only has 7 workers compared to the 14 of PsiX.
Wow, ZVZs are nuts, man.
Yeah, it really comes down to the micro there in those Ling Baneling wars.
Well, that was really good that PsiX was able to close it out early because he lost an Overlord there. Got too close to the Queen, and normally that would be huge in a TVZ.
Yeah, but really well executed there by PsiX. Got the connection. A little bit of Miss Michael there by Flexi as well, because he kind of went out in the open and got surrounded, and also let the banelings run by into the main. So yeah, we'll see if Flexi can pull it back and tie it up in this best of 3 series.
All right, Snoopy, would you give us the introduction of our players?
All right, let me go ahead and just update the scoreboard. All right, here at the bottom right, we have our green Zerg player from PsiX. It is PsiX.
And at the top, for JaMiT Gaming, it is the red Zerg Flexi. Okay, so it looks like Flexi is going for the similar build to PsiX, but his pool was even faster. I think it was a 12 pool.
Ooh, so he's going super all in here. Gonna go YOLO here and try to get the win off some aggression, some early cheese. But PsiX, oh man, he's going for the hatchery, which is automatically a build order advantage for Flexi. And actually, he's gonna get the latest possible pool, as he's gonna go for gas and then pool. So yeah, if I was in Flexi position, this is probably the best opening that I could have wished for my opponent.
Yeah, so PsiX, he's going to be in a tough position, and it's going to come down to, well, Flexi has a bigger build order win than Pensai had, I believe. So it's going to come down to some really great micro from Pensai and his reaction. See, will Flexi evade the Overlord with his slings? He will not. Okay.
Yeah. I mean, you could still defend. As Pensai, you just need to pull some workers to help defend at a certain time before the hatchery goes down.
Okay. And we've got a Baneling Nest as well out from Flexi. Speed is not close to being done yet, but Pensai has to throw down his Spine Crawler, and his Lings are just about to pop now.
Alright, looks like he's just sacking the natural. He's going to go ahead and transition into Ling Baneling and hopefully counterattack, does damage with the counterattack and can take his second hatchery later on.
Well, the question is, will he... Okay, he canceled the Queen there. I was worried that was going to pop. So, yeah, I mean, I guess that seems like a good call here, because why throw away a bunch of units trying to defend it when you're just going to lose it anyways? So he's just preparing for the big defense against the Banelings.
Oh, I like this. See, this is what Flexi needed to do last game, was wall off at the ramp area.
He's got 3 Banelings morphing as well, so it's almost like a trap here, and a second Spine Crawler as well.
Yeah, I mean, Pensai, yeah, he has 2 Spine Crawlers, Banelings of his own. He should be fine.
So, Flexi is throwing down his natural now, and he will slowly start to be at an advantage from Pensai. The question is, will Pensai try to go for some tech here?
You know, I wish Pensai just teched up to layer, got his second gas, and just gone straight into mutas. I think that could have actually been really nice for him. Catch his opponent off guard with a muta play and possibly just outright win there, but he's gonna try and retake his hatchery, it seems. Oh, ooh, that was pretty close.
Nice bait there from Pensai.
Oh,
yeah, I would
nice.
say, yeah, and one lane for one Baneling, good trade. So, I think Mutalisk would be really good here, but he's going for Roach instead.
Yeah, I mean, I only suggest Mutalisk because this map is actually pretty good for Mutas, just because of how the layout is. It's a huge map with a lot of zigzagging, so Mutas can just fly above all that and just go across the map. And oh, actually we have some Ling Baneling wars out in the natural here, and oh.
Ooh, I think overall, Flexi won that trade. The Spine Crawlers are getting in now. The Queens are here. Okay, good trade, I think.
Yeah, great.
So hard to tell here.
Yeah, good trade for Pensai. I think he microed that pretty decently. Also, the Spine Crawlers and Queen did help out. But yeah, Pensai going straight into Roaches and looking to maybe do a Roach timing of his own. In the meantime, Flexi does have his Roach as well. He's researching Roach speed. Pensai actually didn't go for the fast layer, so he is going to be behind in terms of Roach speed. Won't get that in quite some time. So he'll have to probably just defend until he has that.
Yeah, so Flexi might be able to make a bust here on 2 bases, Roach Ravager, with a speed advantage. And for workers, Flexi is ahead, about 7 workers. As Pensai is just droning up now.
Alright, finally started the lair for Pensai. So, right now, just, macroing up, making some drones. Both of them just droning up. And oh, actually Flexi just going out for hunting overlords here, but that allows PsiX to actually get into the main base and snipe away at 2 drones so far. Will he get a third? Oh, he does get third.
Nice, 3 drones and also scouts the tech.
Yeah, it looks like Flexi's positioning his drone at the main to maybe put down another tech structure there. Looks like not yet so far. We'll have to go back to it later on.
Okay, it looks like it is a Spire. Okay, interesting. I think this is a great choice from Flexi. The Spire will catch PsiX off guard, and he will lose a lot of the overlords he has in the map first, but then it will also pen him into 2 bases and allow Flexi to expand to a 3rd. And because Flexi has a army superiority in terms of upgrades and tech at this point, I think that's a great call.
Yeah, I have to agree. Looks like PsiX, he's gonna use his gas to mainly research upgrades, so his roaches will be stronger, but you know, roaches can't attack air, so those mutas is definitely gonna play a role in those battles. All right, I like.
So, oh, sorry. Go ahead.
Yeah, I was gonna say I like how both players are kind of morphing these overseas and going to their opponent's base to just scout out what's up. And I think PsiX, I think he scouted the Spire, right? Yeah, he did. Oh yeah, he has a changeling next to it, so he knows
nice.
that there's a Spire.
Yeah, that's a solid move from PsiX. He's moving out his roaches. He's gonna try to counterattack somewhere. But there is a overlord position there from Flexi, so likely Flexi will be able to charge forward and get some nice piles on those roaches. I do not like this attack from PsiX, but I guess he's just trying to make utility of his roaches while he still can. The Mutalisks are here, and these roaches are dead in the water. Maybe he can go for a 3rd snipe. Looks like that's what he's going to try to do. I don't think he's not gonna be able to get it though, I believe. With the corrosive vials. Ooh, maybe, we'll see. Ooh, he gets it, nicely done. Wow, I didn't think he could get it there. But with the nice micro and the Mulas taking a while to pick those down, he gets the 3rd sniped. And yeah, that's actually a really good call from PsiX. At first I didn't understand, but the Mulas are coming out, so the roaches are dead weight anyways. So moving them across the map, making some utility out of them while he still can, is actually a really smart move from PsiX, now that I see what he did.
Yeah, but I don't know. I feel like because he scouted the Spire a bit late, like it was already done. Like if it was the Spire was like making like halfway done or 25% done, then I think it would have been a nice idea to move out with the roaches before the Spire comes out. But with the Spire already done and Mutas already morphing, then I feel like he could have saved those roaches, made a Nidus, made a bunch of queens, did a Nidus attack, and I think that would have worked out better for him because the queens will be able to kill the Mutas, and the roaches are stronger than, you know, Flexi's Mutas. I mean roaches, because he has a +1/1 upgrade compared to Flexi. But looks like PsiX gonna go ahead and retreat back with the roaches and try to kind of play from behind as he's kind of down in terms of supply here. And oh wow,
Yeah, I think Flexi can take this fight if he engages it right. Corrosive Vials actually all missing, but the Mutas here microing around.
Yeah, at this point, even though PsiX has the better upgrades, his roaches numbers are just way less than Flexi's.
And Flexi's remade his 3rd already. So it looks like PsiX is getting a lurker den here. So will he get lurkers in time? I don't think he will. He's actually attacking forward here. I don't know why. Getting some Ravagers. But yeah, there's not a ton he can do here.
Oh wow. Yeah. I mean, even the engagement was kind of awkward. Roaches is
Well,
kind of...
yeah, he did get on top of the Ravagers though, while there wasn't much protection, and Ravagers are pretty squishy, so that was nice.
Yeah. But then like the retreat and the roaches kind of being behind the queen and trying to get in front of the queen, and it was like derping a little. It was that was a bit awkward for him.
Yeah, Lurkers are going to be out now, and Pensai is going to try to get a third up. Pensai has been playing from behind pretty much this whole game, and if he's going to have any chance of surviving, he's going to need to get some strong defenses up with Lurkers and secure his third.
All right.
But yeah, Pensai doesn't quite have the economy to get many more Lurkers.
Oh! Oh, that was close.
Sick dodge.
Yeah,
that was so good.
Really great reaction time there.
A second longer and those Lurkers are dead.
Yeah. Oh,
wow. Okay.
Nice micro there. Ooh.
And but still though, it's 100 army supply to 54. So Pensai, his game plan is just going to be hold on and get as many Lurkers as possible, I think.
Yeah, I mean, that's probably his best chance because he needs some splash damage just to catch back up in terms of the road count. Again, his hatchery was a bit late in terms of his third, so he needed to go for some type of way to kind of get back to the game. But oh no, he might actually get surrounded and flanked here. Oh crap.
Yep. Gets sandwiched and GG is called.
Wow, that was a really great flank there by Flexi. So well done there. Ties it up 1-1. Sending it to the ace match.
You get the feeling like these Zergs are both really strong and they're a good match for each other.
Yeah, I think Pensai is around 4.9k MMR, around there. I'm not sure about Flexi though, but I just looks like he's around the same. I think maybe, if I recall, he was like around 4.9 or 4.8 around there.
Yeah, I think, pretty sure that's what he was. But yeah, we're gonna go on to game 3 on Dreamcatcher here. This is for the game, and ZVZ is so funny because you can be a better player than somebody, but in ZVZ, the build, it's so volatile that you can get ahead with a good build order win, and it comes down to, it can feel very coin flippy and not a, pitting of one player's skills against the other. It's really just can be a little bit of a game of chance in the beginning.
Yeah, I mean, they have their I think around a few days to scout their opponent. So sometimes it comes down to preparation and execution there.
Yep. So for our very last set of the night, we've got Flexi in the bottom corner of Dreamcatcher.
And at the top left, we have our green Zerg player from Psionic Aftermath, trying to close it out, bring the 2-1 game win home to PsiX. It is Pensai.
So both players going for hatch first. And it looks like Pensai is going gas pool and Flexi went pool gas. So slightly different builds.
Yeah, interesting, like both the previous two games, at least one of the players, or if not both, went for an aggressive opening, but looks like both players, knowing that it's game 3, gonna go ahead and try to rely on their solid macro play to try to bring home the win.
And on Dreamcatcher, of course, got that not as big of a natural. So more comfortable 2-base play. I think we can see more Roach games on this map, similar to the days of old, because it is defendable and it's up ramp. But ZVZ though, all bets are off. So, in terms of how the map affects the game, in a lot of ways. So, Flexi is going for Lings. Sorry, 4 Lings. Pensai looks like he's only getting 2 and getting his queens up. So Pensai will be perfectly fine. His queens will be out. And it's just a very slight difference in terms of build. But
Yeah.
pretty much the same.
Pretty much the same. Pensai does need to be careful. His Overlord is near the hatchery in which the queen just pops out. Now again, this map doesn't have a cliff area where you can actually hide your Overlord, like maybe Lost and Found. So you need to actually get your Overlord to safety in time before the queen pops out and snipes it.
And both players walling here. Ooh, got Pensai with a fast lair. What are we going to see here? We're going to see some Roach play. Ravager play, rather.
It's possible. Oh, looks like a Roach Warren is plopped down, so maybe some fast roaches. Actually, this looks really similar to the build that I got from Sunlily. Well, it was for ZVT instead. I'm not. I mean, I never tried it in ZVZ, but interesting to see maybe it could work in ZVZ.
Yeah, well, Sunlily loves her roaches in ZVZ, so makes sense. So, but here's the thing with Dreamcatcher is that the wall is so good.
Yeah.
So it's gonna be hard for. I think it's gonna be hard for Pensai to get a damage done on the initial assault. Might just have to chip away.
Well, in fact, Flexi has fully walled off here, interestingly enough. I think he expects some big play here, some Ling Bus or something, but Pensai is just actually building up roaches and his wall is actually open, so he's gonna be able to make a third later on without having to kill one of his buildings, whereas Flexi will probably have to kill one of his evolution chamber to get out.
Yeah, I don't really like that.
Yeah. I think I know why, because he didn't want any chance of Pensai scouting that Nidus that's around 50% done. So he's going for this Nidus play. But unfortunately for him, Pensai is going for roaches himself. Oh man.
Yeah, the thing is though, you can just block the gap with the queen. I guess he doesn't want to have to worry about that. But Pensai is going to come in here with an Overseer anyways and scout this. So it's too late here for Flexi to disguise this. Instantly, Pensai is moving his queens up to his main and will snipe this Overlord as soon as it comes in. This is a disaster for Flexi. He's not going to be able to get anything done. No Nidus is going to go down.
Oh, look at that positioning, the queen positioning and the roaches. Oh my god. Yeah, he's still going for it anyways.
Yeah, this should get cleaned up instantly. And Flexi is a little bit, he's out of options here. Yeah, only 2 units get out.
Flawless defense there by Pensai, and he's got his third hatchery being made. He's up 43 to 37 workers, got the +1 upgrade already researched, about to get +1 armor. So he's looking to be in a very good position here. Flexi, I think he's trying to still make the Nidus work, maybe?
Yeah, I think he's going to go into the natural and try to get one down. We'll see. He's got an Overseer coming in. He might try it. See Pensai.
There we go. The Nidus thrown down at the third base.
Pensai's reaction time is quite good. He's moving there already. And with that many roaches, it's GG's called. Pensai shutting that down handily. Nicely done.
Yeah, Flexi did not even bother letting that finish before he GG's. So yeah, well done by Pensai. Really great defense there.
Man, Pensai, he's last 2 weeks he both won 2-1, but playing really well. So Pensai, thank you for playing, and also, yeah, everyone who played, thank you for playing. You guys choose to show up and play on a week for CTL and practice hard and compete, which is what we've been doing for a while now. And so many thanks to you guys, the players, who are making this possible.
Yeah. Awesome job getting the 6-1 win, by the way, for the week.
Yeah, that's huge. with padding the map score is quite important as well. And this week we had really good communication with everyone, and the trainers, the practice, the replays, all that stuff went smoothly. And I feel like when we're on that, we're just like a well-oiled machine. We can just mow through opponents just easily. So with that said, guys, playoffs, it's a very real possibility. We have to win this week, which I think we will. But practice for your matches, guys. If you need something, ask. There are so many people in PsiX who can help you practice a build, practice some games against. Just reach out, ask, help. If you don't feel prepared, reach out to me, reach out to Zeno. Find someone, and we will help you. Because I think that with our roster we've got a really strong group of players. You guys are awesome, really talented, and we should be ready to roll for the playoffs.
Yeah, for sure. Excited. We're going. Hopefully, we can end this week and the regular season pretty strong.
Yeah, and we've gone to the playoffs the last 2 seasons, but we've lost in the first round. So I really think that we can, with the talent we have, we can get past that, and we can win the CTL, but more importantly, we can go deeper than that. And that's going to require a lot of work with all the coordination. So thanks to everyone who's helping out, Zeno, Sippy Cup, Snoopy, and you guys helping out as well. It's been a huge group effort, and I'm really proud of what we've been doing. Okay, with that said, hope everyone has a fantastic week preparing for Halloween, having fun. And we'll see you guys next week when we come out, you guys, with another replay cast. You got anything else to say, Snoopy?
Yeah, just thanks for tuning in, guys, and also shout out to you for doing an awesome job, especially with the tough week you had last week. So yeah, just awesome job.
Yeah, I mean, I'm feeling better this week. I'm not really gonna be winning any 100-meter dashes quite yet, but I'm doing a lot better than last week.
Oh, that's good. That's good to hear.
Thanks. Yeah. All right, guys. Hope everyone has a great week and a great night. Take it easy, guys.